My name's Paul. I got my diagnosis of autism about a year ago now. Last time I was up here was about 6 months ago, and now it has been just about a year. I was in one of the unmasking groups with Jenny, and that's kind of where I started with this journey. It was about, 6 months ago or so. That and a therapist, and that's where the journey kind of started. I was going to look back. I was going to kind of break this into 3 different parts. I was going to kind of talk about my past a little bit, since there's a couple new people here. I was going to talk about what's going on right now, and then hopefully just a little bit about where I want to go in the future. That one is still pretty vague for me, so we'll see where that one goes. So my past, I am just a kind of normal cis white guy, or at least that's what my outward mask was. I have a wife, I have a family, I have 2 grown kids now, one's 25, one's 22. I got through all those different things, and I got through this whole craziness of raising a family and everything. And I came to the other side and went, wow, there's got to be something more. There's got to be something more for me in my life. And basically I figured out that I had kind of forgotten about who I was. And I was so into masking and being able to say yes to everything. Oh, you need a ride to this? Sure, yes, I'll do that. You need how much ever money to do that? Great, I can do that. All these different things were, yes, I can do this, yes, I can do this. But I think that I forgot about who I was and what made me happy and what made me excited and what made me thrilled. And not that my family, I love my kids dearly, and I would change that for nothing, but still there was just something that was very alien still in my past, and I really didn't have kind of the grounding that I felt like I needed. So moving over a little, or more to what the president is looking like. I started out with a therapist, and we started talking about some stuff, and I just felt so small. I felt very insignificant. I felt like I was a part of this family, but I really wasn't. I wasn't a part, meaning I wasn't really controlling much. I was more the yes man. And so that's what I've been working on. That's what my unmasking has looked like for me. It is taking my very small, very, very tight life and expanding it and feeling, in my words, feeling like I'm living a little bit bigger. Taking up space is kind of what I'm kind of playing around with at the moment. And since masking is so hard to define, it's hard, everybody finds it a little bit different. That was what my challenges were. I just didn't feel like I was a full person. I didn't feel like I really mattered all that much. I was in a pretty dark place. And through Jenny's group, through a group like this, through talking to a therapist every couple weeks, I have learned that I do matter. And I can live a little bit larger, and I can experience stuff for myself along with my family and what everything they're doing. I have been experimenting a lot since the last meeting. I went back and looked at my video, and I was a pretty sad person back then. I still hadn't quite figured out where I was going. And through this last 6 months, I have experimented. I've pushed stuff around. I got my nails done. That was a really big thing for me. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but it was something that was very, very deep within me that I needed to express, and it was something that I wasn't able to. And through just getting my nails done and feeling much more comfortable with who I was, because I have a lot of gender I don't want to be a negative about it. I just have a lot of things in my head that gender is something that I think I really have to work on, and I have to kind of see where it goes. So my first step was my nails. It was something that was very public. It was something that was very, to me, it was something that was very just important. And I told my wife, I said, hey, you and I, let's go get our nails done. And she's not a very girly woman. And so she's like, really, what is it with the nails? And I'm like, I don't know. I just really feel like that's something that needs to be a part of my life. I need to express that. I need people to see that, and I need people to acknowledge that. And I have masked. I've been my cis man for a long time, and I think there's a lot more that's going on in my head than just that. I've never felt comfortable being a cis man. So we got our nails done together. I had a great time. She hated it. And we got a mani-pedi, which it was exciting. I was the only guy there. Me and a whole bunch of rich women, but it was an interesting experience, and I owned it. I felt so good sitting there, and someone was pampering me, and I was like, right, this is awesome. So I've been back by myself. Anyway, so that has been something that has been very, very close to me, and that has been my journey of unmasking. Is I needed to express more than just what my outside was looking like, and I did. I experimented. I said, hey, let's do this, and it has worked out really, really well. They give me confidence. A lot of people acknowledge them, which I find kind of interesting. A lot of people, and it's something that I can talk about, and I can bond with someone over something that is me. It's not fake me. It's not masked me. It's me. And through that, I can see myself a lot more, and through that, I'm taking care of myself. Like I say, I went back by myself, and I said, hey, I'm going to get my nails black this time, and not purple. And it was great.
About another minute.
Okay. So that's what unmasking is to me. It's experimentation. And I never have. It's very hard to figure out. Sometimes you push on something, or you make a comment to someone that's your true self, and it really goes nowhere, and everything's fine. And other times it seems like you do something very small, and it creates this very large expanse that you can kind of grow into, and that seems to me like what my nails are to me. What else do I gotta say? I guess I'm seeing myself more and more and more, and I'm gonna push and see where this leads to next. I have no idea. For the future, it's hard to say. The unknown is really, really, really difficult for me. I like to be very scheduled. I like to have, know exactly what I'm doing at all times. And so letting go has been hard. Unmasking and not really knowing what the reaction is going to be has been difficult. But in the short time, the last 6 months, I have grown into myself. I feel like I've grown into a bigger presence. I think my family even has acknowledged that I feel, I'm much more present, because now I'm finally trying to take care of myself. I have a schedule. I go to bed at 10:30. My wife is a very big night owl, so are my two kids. So whenever they're around, they stay up until 1, 2 in the morning. I'm like 10:30, I'm out. And that's what has helped me. So just things like that. I'm taking care of myself a little bit more, and then I can be more present when I'm with them, and I can be more myself. Yeah, I think that's all I have. Any questions?